Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
And a good Thursday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout, live on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, YouTube, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Also, wherever you get your podcasts, the EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Jasmine and Matt with you here, and joining us today, back in the Hangout for appearance number, you always remember.
Once a month. I don't know. It's how
You
many
now?
months have you been on the air?
Dash in the park from Oilers Live and the Heavy Hockey Network. Also joining us from the Heavy Hockey Network, it is Ryan Lotsberg, who's got the Heavy Hockey Network hat on as well. Oilers Live, 9 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. You can check them out on their YouTube, Heavy Hockey Network. Ryan, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I gave Ryan a hat. That was nice of me, hey?
She got a hat.
Oh,
Jasmine got a hat.
From where?
From Wolf.
Doesn't matter.
Wolf gave me his hat yesterday when all the nasties were rolling through. By the way, good morning.
Once again, I don't have it proven in any way, shape, or form that I was to give her a hat. She just made up this one. No.
You have Paulie.
Who's never confirmed it
He
fully.
did confirm it, but you're in denial.
What Paulie said was...
Look at this.
I'm just going to...
Making Dash upset.
Paulie said straight up, oh yeah, you said you'd give her a hat and you'd also give me a bunch of merch.
He shouldn't have threw that stuff in. He was trying
because
to...
he's trying to do it all. We got some surprises here from Dash.
Santa. Oh, thank you. Dude,
I get a gift
he
too.
wrote to Jingy if you watched it yesterday.
To who?
Jingy, never mind.
Oh, we can get into that.
Yeah, there's a
Lovely
story there.
gift.
Yeah, go ahead, open them up.
Should we?
Yeah,
Well, who goes
please
first?
do. Well, I mean,
She did it ASMR.
Well, he's going.
No, you go
Or she-
first.
Okay. I've got, it's another package. There's two in here.
Yeah.
Oh, don't want to drop that off. Okay, in this, we've got, a nice mug. Oh,
Ooh,
heavy
that's
hockey mug right
sick.
there.
Nice.
I like that.
That's
bad.
really nice.
Yeah.
There you go. And there's one more, but you want to go?
Yeah, let me go. In my household, we usually take turns opening presents.
yeah, us too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Is it weird? Just
Yeah, I
watching
don't know.
open your
Yeah,
gift?
it's like everybody look at me.
Is it good enough?
Here's
Yeah.
this Amazon thing I asked for.
You just want to tear into everything, but you have to like wait.
Yeah,
Be
you know?
patient.
Exactly.
Big
What's
Luke
that?
said coal for me, and I was like, well, I was probably expecting that.
Look at
Ooh,
that.
it's a nice hat.
Oh,
is a-
Jasmine got a hat.
That's a very nice hat.
Wow.
It's gray. I don't have a gray hat.
Oh.
So this is nice. I have a bun on.
What's
but-
great is the
You know,
fact
the
that
thing
now
is,
just
like I promised her a hat.
Yeah.
So I got her one.
Man.
I
his
never
word.
did.
You know?
I never
You
did.
little. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Your guys' logo is stunning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell all your friends.
I love. Okay, what else? Aha! My mug is bigger than your mug.
Oh, weird.
Thank you, Dash. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Much
You're
welcome.
appreciated.
From the Heavy Hockey
In
Network.
your
Yeah.
face.
I didn't know Christmas was about putting
Oh,
things
sorry.
in people's faces. Okay. oh, I got a nice pin. And I like that. Get along with your coworkers' gum. Artificial joy and harmony.
Artificial, of course.
Awesome photocopy, Steve. That's just what it says.
That's so good.
That's really funny. I'll say that. Maybe I'll have that one day. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't need to get along with my coworkers.
Oh, goodness. Is there coal in there?
No, that's that. I was expecting coal,
Okay.
legitimately.
I love it.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
You know, I just thought Jasmine should have a hat.
Thank
And
you
she's got
so
her
much.
hat, so she doesn't need EST hats now. Unless you want to pay for one.
Don't get me started. It's the principle.
Yes.
Yeah, again,
it's a matter of principle.
I will rock
I'm not
that
going
heavy
into it. I'm not going fully into it. You never proved
You
never proved it. You never found proof of it. You could have made up a lot of things.
I'm not a liar.
You were drunk.
I was not. I was tipsy. Do you guys like my sweater, by the way? It has martini glasses on it.
I like how she just immediately switches to something else. I'm a
It's just
squirrel.
evidence of how she was probably tipsy.
Look at the booze on my shirt.
Not helping your case.
Right? Anyways. your time off?
It was a day. It was fine. It was good. I was away from here. It was wonderful.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Shots fired all around.
What people? No one else is happy to be away from their job for a few days.
True.
So I can't say I'm happy to be away for a day.
Well, it was very jolly here. Just so you know.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was super jolly. She punched Elf on the Shelf in the face.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that. I got a lot of parents might be mad at me today. Dash does Elf on the Shelf.
I did. I do.
No?
Yeah,
Santa does it.
that's right.
Thank you. See, Santa needs credit.
It's Santa's idea.
Oh,
Santa sends his scout elves out to go
Oh,
and make sure the
goodness.
children are behaving themselves. Yesterday, this should be all about Santa. It is all about Santa.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Santa.
If you want to, issue an official apology to the North Pole, now might be your time.
I'm sorry, North Pole. Please don't give me coal.
Don't worry, you got two
Sorry,
hats.
already.
You got
You got two hats, water bottle, and you're all good.
Yeah.
You're not getting cold now.
First with all the drinking, and then the Elf on the Shelf slaughter. Like
Right, yeah.
top of the naughty list.
Top of the naughty list day. Dang it.
Want to throw this out there. Bob Goalie says, I'm only a part of Heavy Hockey Network and don't have a hat yet. Cool.
He's a goalie.
What's wrong with goalies?
What isn't wrong with goalies? Just jokes, Bob.
No, he's not joking. Yeah, the goalies are. Goalies are odd. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they're the most important part of a team.
Doesn't make them not odd.
Yeah, but they don't deserve hats.
Have you met Brzgalov?
Yeah, he was one of the most entertaining characters we've seen in hockey in a long time.
It takes a special type of personality to voluntarily launch your body in front of pucks going at 95 miles an hour.
And Chris Russell did it without
As
pads.
Brishkalov also pointed out, though, he's not the crazy one. It's the defenders and the forwards who get in front of that puck shot blocking because they don't have the equipment on. They're the crazy ones.
I mean, they don't have to do it. Like, it's not their role. I mean, whenever I do it, I flamingo. I mean, like, I'm not in the NHL, though. I make business
flamingoing while-
decisions every time.
I'm starfishing like Darnell Nurse and doing snow angels on the ice.
Heavy Hockey Network in the Nasty Chat also does say, damn postal strike has affected our ability to get hats out to our best contributors.
There you
at
go,
Pop
Bob.
Gold.
Michael's got my back.
And there are people asking about the Nasty Club goodies. For the premium members, I don't have an answer of when everything will be ready for the whole packages. Because I'm waiting on the scarves, and we're just waiting to figure out where they are. And with the strike, it has delayed some things. But I will, if you want, you could reach out to me. If you want to come, if you're doing pickup, you could maybe come in twos. You could come now and pick up everything else and then get the scarf later, or you could wait for everything. But at this moment, just when it comes to the premium membership, just still waiting for where those scarves are. And with the time ticking before Christmas, I'm not so sure we're going to have everything get here by Christmas. So apologies on that one.
Let's blame Canada Post.
Yeah.
It feels like it's stuck in the shipping yard somewhere because of having to come here. But then the strike happened now. There's going to be the whole catch up and stuff.
Didn't he go to Ontario too by accident to some massage parlor?
No.
Okay.
Wow. That escalated quickly.
Dream I had.
we
Escalated real quickly.
They must have been real disappointed with that package.
Who else was in this massage parlor?
Oh goodness! It's not even Friday.
I'm just intrigued how you got, because what happened was the Birdie Boo shot glasses we got, not the scarves, went to the Northwest Territories, not Ontario, and went to a woman's boutique, not a massage parlor. So I don't know.
This is the telephone game if there has ever been a
Holy-
telephone
But
game.
apparently, I said Jasmine's supposed to have a hat.
Oh brother. Okay.
You might as well.
It could have been, hey, Jasmine, would you like another drink? And she's turned that into a hat. Everyone wants to defend Jasmine. Birdie Boo shot glasses to Northwest Territories at a women's boutique turned into Ontario scarves and a massage parlor. And she's sober right now.
Might be a good time to rest your case, Matthew.
But all of you going hats for Jasmine. Okay.
Okay.
Here
It's
we
been
go.
a long week. All right. It's a long week.
Okay, so the Sox ended up in Halifax, and then what?
Ask Maddie. Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about.
We'll just get Michael Hebert to ship those two.
We'll ship everything all over the place.
Yeah.
But so
The scarves are with our heavy hockey hats somewhere. Purple
worked
monkey
out
dishwasher.
perfect.
I don't
I'm just
know.
gonna remember that now moving forward. That for your word,
The Ontario.
it's
thing
you
here?
have it wrong.
Excuse me. It's been a long week. The roads are crappy. It's been cold and snowy. I was on yesterday. Give me a break. I was on Monday too. Give me a break.
Maybe he could chew a stick of that gum.
Oh yeah, maybe it's
Yeah,
maybe.
would you like a get along with your coworker gum?
It's not me that needs it.
I'm more than fine. I'm not the one complaining about having to be on air back-to-back days.
Says
Now
Maddie
who's
coming off a
stretching
turn.
words?
I got one day off, but how many days off in the last year for me?
So the Oilers Bruins. Just kidding.
Oilers Bruins tonight.
Radio reset. This is the EST Hangout. You are tuned in with Jasmine Sadu and her helper, Matthew Iwanyk.
I'm good with that. GCLT's All-String pregame show, 6 o'clock tonight right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tommy Hernan and I think Cass getting you set for Oilers and Bruins. What are you guys expecting from this game?
They're both tied, I think, in their divisions. So it should be pretty even strength. And I think Will was saying that Boston takes the most penalties in the league. Right? And you're coming with the Oilers that are playing it really safe, which is unusual, I feel like. But yeah, it'd be.
Yeah, teams that take a lot of penalties against the Oilers that's not usually a good result. Now that the power play's kind of going again, I know early in the year, power play was just dead, useless, right? But
Special teams period. Was dead.
Yeah, both sides of this puck on special teams. But now that the power play is going again, teams that are taking lots of penalties, that's not a good recipe for the Oilers.
Yeah.
For success against the Oilers, I should say.
Bruins 7-3 now in the last 10. They were struggling, obviously fired their coach and stuff. They've kind of turned it around a bit.
New coach bump.
New coach bump. That is a thing usually. It's really
a
weird.
thing. Absolutely.
So when's the Sabres going to do it?
When are the Oilers going to do it?
Next year.
Maybe.
That's the rotation.
I guess so.
The coach gets 1 full year. They always get 1 full year.
Sometimes. Did Woodcroft get a full year?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
He did.
Yeah,
one
he
full
came
year?
in January or whatever, or
yeah.
February. Finished that season, did the full year, and then last year let go month 2. So coaches usually get the full year here in the city.
Lotzie just wrote a good article. If you can check it out on heavyhockey.com. He went into the first 100 games that Knobloch coached, and was he the 5th highest winning percentage?
Yeah, he's in a 5-way tie for 5th best winning percentage. So 64 wins in the first 100 games. Only 4 coaches have had more wins in their first 100 games than Knobloch had.
And replaced a coach who was 20th all time in winning percentage in his first 100 games, which is pretty crazy, which just goes to show you coaches are hired to be fired. I took your article a step further. I was doing some math this morning. So you said Woodcroft was whatever it was, 59, 27 and whatever, and that made him 20th. If you'd have took that start, the 2-9 was it 3-9-2? 2-9-1?
3-9-1, 2-9-1 when they made the decision. 3-9-1 when they actually pulled the trigger.
Right. Oh yeah, they lost to San Jose, right? So you take that instead of those 9 losses, if those were 4 or 5 losses, and you split it down the middle, and you take those and put them onto his wins. Obviously, I think it took 5. If 5 of those 9 losses were wins, they would have had the exact same record in their first 100 games.
Yeah, it's only a 5-game difference, right? Better start last year for Woodcroft, and he's at near the top of that list.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, when you're talking this is all coaches in NHL history, right? Like it's a long list.
Oh yeah.
But either way, it just goes to show both coaches were really good, but Knobloch took it that extra step higher. Right, you could argue that he walked into a fantastic situation with.
So did Woodcroft.
But Woodcroft only had Ekholm for 20 games plus the playoffs than the first month of last year. But Knobloch's had Ekholm the whole time, right? But you still have to make decisions like that are going to help the team win. Like the first things that Knobloch did were eliminate the 1-1-3.
Oh, that was huge.
That neutral zone setup that Woodcroft employed in training camp. It was just like an open highway for other teams going through the neutral zone with speed. It was so easy for teams to attack the Oilers.
And that's why we always looked so poor against fast teams, I think, too, is anytime we'd come up against anybody that had a fast forecheck, or we were lost because we were backpedaling.
Yeah, absolutely. Then the other, so he went to a 1-2-2, which they had played before, and it just made things a little bit more difficult for the opponent in the neutral zone. Then he changed the zone defense, right? Woodcroft had one guy aggressively pursuing the puck carrier, and they were trying to create turnovers along the wall. It was a wide box they had set up, but Knobloch was like, nope, we're going to condense everything, prioritize the slot. And then, lo and behold, the D coverage got better, goaltending got better.
Well, it gave him less area to cover, too, right? Like less
Absolutely.
physical geography to actually, you don't get Nurse running around. And when we've seen what happens when Nurse simplifies his game, and Will said it today, he's playing Norris hockey.
Yeah,
Norris
absolutely.
Trophy hockey right now.
Yeah, he's playing unbelievable hockey right now.
Yeah, Knobloch's come in. One of the things that different than Woodcroft, by all accounts, is they're thinking less. Woodcroft is very intense and also like constantly getting them to second guess things and go through things. And sometimes you just need to go out there and be free. And if you're on the ice and you're thinking, okay, I don't want to do this, I got to do this or whatever, you're going to make the mistakes. And Knobloch came in and things just were a little more simpler and settled.
You could see it in the D zone, especially with that system that Woodcroft was running, right? Like there were times where that person aggressively pursuing the puck carrier had to switch, right? And then there was confusion there. They didn't know when to switch, and then suddenly someone's out of position. Now we're chasing, and now we're a play behind, and now puck's in the back of our net, right? It's like D-zone coverage wasn't the biggest issue facing the Oilers at the start last year, but it was a problem.
Yep. It's looked a lot better. There's no doubt. They don't look like they're chasing as much. And you said it in your article too, is he's letting the coaches coach. Yep. Right. And you're talking about the defense, and you're talking about, Matthew brought it up, the way that they're moving the puck and the way that I think that's all like a coffee based mentality. But yet here, Knobloch's okay with that. Let's let them do that. Let's let them make mistakes, as Matthew said, right? Let's let them play free and not have to think too much. And then letting Stewart make his adjustments with the penalty kill might have been perhaps the biggest improvement this team has had. In fact, the most impactful improvement or change that this team has had has been the penalty kill since Mark Stewart took over. Struggled mightily at the beginning of this year. Like mightily.
Struggled at the beginning of both last 2 years.
Did it last year as
It
well?
wasn't a good start last year for the penalty kill.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah. And
right. It was really the playoffs where it started to get tuned in, wasn't it?
It was
about the second half of the season, I think.
It was shortly after the coaching change. You could see that there was a difference. Like, I don't think they did anything major. Like, they still run that same system where the high forward kind of takes away the pass to the point. But it just worked better under Stewart, and he got them settled down.
Belzy was talking about it. They just started making, or Gager, I think it was actually, just started making the shots more predictable. Like if Skinner knows where the shots are coming from on the other team's power play, you can obviously have a better chance of stopping more of them. Plus, you're not moving side to side as much, and we all know Skinner's Achilles heel is probably his lateral movement, right? So.
Yeah, and like they're not getting royal roaded, right? Like they're not letting passes get through the middle of the penalty kill.
Yeah. But Stewart did a great job. I mean, they lost Cece, they lost DeHarnay. You're recycling a lot of members of your penalty kill that dominated in the playoffs. And, you got Emberson and different people playing roles in there now. And it would take 10 games for them to figure it out. And it's humming again. So
yeah, how about Emberson on the top unit with Ekholm, right? Like he's been fantastic.
Yeah. You barely notice him, and that's what you want.
So the Oilers' PK last season was 15th in the NHL at 79.5. That's the whole season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were number one in the playoffs, 94.3% on the PK.
Just
Next was the Panthers at 88%. Like it was
That's impressive.
It was just, and that's just like it was that second half, like as you're getting into the playoffs, but then the playoffs they were a completely different thing. But last year was a rough start, and this year was a rough start with the PK. How many straight like almost power play opportunities did it seem like the Oilers gave up a power play, and it was back of the net.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, it was like at least one a game. It felt like you're spotting the other team a goal already.
Does it worry anybody that when the Panthers decided to turn it up physically, that we couldn't match them again?
No, sorry, I just heard Trev swear.
Me too. Who didn't?
It doesn't, because there is no Evander Kane right now. And I need to see what the Oilers do defensively.
Kane's the difference. One guy.
Well, and then what they need to do defensively, and who they're going to bring in defensively, if there's some physicality brought in defensively that way. But missing out a guy like Evander Kane does hurt a little bit on that. But this team, once playoffs come, it's not the same team.
Yeah.
The team that started this year till let's go Four Nations break is not going to be the same team that is going to be leading this team into the playoffs. So when it comes to the physicality, I won't read into that.
Then we're
because
missing
I need to
Robertson
see
too, right?
more.
I think that there's a level of tenacity, right? Whether it's physical or hitting through you. I don't think Kane's going to be the difference maker. I think they missed Harney. I think he provided an element of intimidation at the very least. Yeah, I don't know. It was just
Kane will go hit someone.
Kane
will go.
Kane will hit his own players.
Well, that's why. So I do think they do miss that. And you don't replace that. They haven't replaced that. They haven't replaced A really either. But you're not replacing Evander Kane. But you might get Evander Kane back. And then, even if there is some additional physicality if he comes back.
For me, it highlighted how soft Jeff Skinner is in that game a little bit. It's just man, if we would have just went out and got a winger that could bang a bit, or
Dylan Holloway,
stuffs Josh Anderson, or keep Holloway, whatever. Somebody that's a little more difficult to play against.
In the past.
I'm not bitter, I swear.
Yeah.
It's in the past. Let it go. Move on.
But they have cap space. So they could still go do stuff. That's the thing. What is Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson going to go do? Now it's just a waiting game and see what gets done. Now it's there's nothing that can happen. I think the roster freeze is now in effect.
Today,
is it today?
Is it today?
Today is the day.
So there won't be any more moves. We saw quite a bit of moves yesterday.
Yeah, it was interesting yesterday.
Couple little trades, yeah.
There was a little trade deadline, mini trade deadline in the middle of the season. We've never seen that before, leading into a roster freeze or something. There's always for years speculation. Ooh, what's going to happen? Is something going to happen?
Yeah,
and then nothing's ever happened.
Yeah.
And then yesterday I'm just seeing alert. So
the second trade deadline, I wouldn't hate that. You see a lot of more GMs doing that. Rutherford's famous for it, right? Making his move first, goes and gets the guy he wants, and makes it 3 weeks or a month before the trade deadline. And I don't know, he gives your players. Why are you smirking at me with the Rutherford comment? Jeepers.
No, it's just I have a way of, if you want to have a second trade deadline, there is a kind of a way of doing it.
Floor's yours.
But it's a soccer type model.
Oh, geez.
Of course it is. Love it, though.
Soccer, you can't change players generally between teams except for 2 windows of the year. One is in the summer, so it's the end of the season till September 1st, which is when the seasons start. And then in January, we're coming up on the transfer window coming up there. You take this roster freeze and you make it a month. Or you make it 6 weeks or something. That right now, today's the deadline. You can't make a move for another 6 weeks between teams. And now more teams might be well, what do we do right now? Do we do something right now? Maybe that makes you get a little bit more
Maybe
of a
the
mini.
Sabres do make a move.
Yeah, a little more urgency.
Right? If that's the case,
Then
the
that's
Sabres
what,
make a trade yesterday.
You create windows of when you can or can't make trades type thing.
Right.
Now, I don't think anyone will want that. I think people would be very frustrated. But what if we get injuries? Well, you call people up from the minors then. That's it. That's kind of what you have to do.
What the bake's for.
Well,
But that's
realistically,
taking soccer to this. If you really want to add a second trade deadline day, you'd have to put a freeze in for quite a period of time.
Better make a trade. We don't want to get relegated.
I'm not going to. I'm not going into
We've been down
my
this
wish
path
of
before.
relegation in North American sports.
with the cap system, the way it works, though, it takes time for teams to accrue cap space. Right? That's why you see it's not just the urgency of the trade deadline. It's because teams need cap space to work with by the deadline, and that it just takes time for them to accrue it.
Yeah, good point.
The Oilers might have been in on Fowler if not for the cap situation, right? But that happened earlier, so they missed out. I'm not sad about that, but that's just an example, right? They wouldn't have been able to.
Don't be a team that spends to the captain every year.
Valid.
I love it just the moment that the cap goes up a bit, there's just those gyms I'm going to spend it all right now. And I think it's we've learned maybe if you don't need to, save some cap space.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so valuable when you get to the deadline.
There's no more valuable asset in the entire NHL than cap space.
The Lightning got an extra pick last year for the fact that the Oilers and the Ducks were making a trade.
Go back to the Patrick Marleau trade out of Toronto.
I got him a first rounder for Carolina, right?
There is a severe value. Like, I understand why the Oilers are in a position that it's Stanley Cup right now. You're trying to go win it all.
Yeah.
But if you're that team that's still just like, you're not there yet, knowing your full Stanley Cup, I'd be saving some cap space to be that kingmaker almost. Like, oh yeah, somebody needs help at the deadline with the trade. We're here to help you. We're getting some assets though for this. And maybe that helps push you over the top as you go into the next couple of years or something like that. But
that asset needs to have a heartbeat and probably be warm-blooded in order to help now.
Is this
And
depends on that team.
nobody that's in cap space trouble that's trying to make a move is giving up good warm-blooded players because they're also trying to get in, right? So it's like the Oilers aren't really in a position to go and get a bunch of draft picks.
No, I'm not saying the Oilers. I'm saying some that aren't that team that's ready for the cup right now.
Gotcha.
That's maybe just a little bit lower. Like, they're doing well right now, but maybe the LA Kings would have been a team like this year. You're going in, you're kind of just changing a little bit of things on the fly. Save some cap space for this year. Try to gain some extra assets as you then go into the next offseason.
Teams that are rebuilding on the fly instead of the full rebuilds.
You know that you're just maybe a year or two off of being like
Right.
Stanley Cup right now.
Right.
Let's go stock these cupboards a little bit more.
So Buffalo should be doing.
they're a whole other
I don't know what
story.
they do in Buffalo right now.
What? Yeah, I don't know. You can't fire your owner. That's what needs to happen. Pagula's the problem.
I mean, how many GMs have they had under his reign?
Too many. Kevin Adams has now had 3 straight coaches with 10 plus losing streaks, 10-game losing streaks.
But how could it be ownership this much?
Depends on how involved he is.
Well, that's the thing. But I don't.
I mean, they might still have Eichel. Not enough.
But they weren't doing anything with Eichel.
Yeah,
Like, there's that. Like there was that's the one thing is that like they've tried so many different things and nothing has worked. That I honestly don't know where like maybe it is just straight. We were talking about ownership here in Edmonton for the longest time.
Yeah.
As we were coming to the end of the decade of the
Oh,
draft.
and yeah, for sure. And I mean, rumor is Kate's put his hand out and said that we need Yakupov, not, and the owners start getting involved in kiboshing trades or, hey, we really want this player or we want to extend this player because he's good for the community. And like Terry Pagula, famously, I think, what was it? I don't know, a couple of years ago, there was some event going on in Buffalo and they had all the alumni there. And he got them all like Chinese knockoff jerseys. Like they weren't even the official jerseys. Like he's cheap. He's incredibly cheap.
Just speaking of ownership, I just got quickly sidetracked for a second.
Yeah.
There's a
Your
story.
show. I mean, it's Jasmine's show, whatever.
There's a story that literally came out today about the New York Jets, and I'm sure Clausen has seen this. And if you're watching, Josh, and you haven't seen it, apologies. Their owner, Woody Johnson, killed a trade for Jerry Jeudy because of his Madden rating.
Come on.
There's a report that has come out today that there was, I think it was within the Athletic, there's dysfunction within the Jets, and that Woody Johnson apparently nixed the trade with the Broncos for Jerry Jeudy because his Madden rating was too low.
He goes home and puts all his trades that his GM does through the through the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Rejected. Nope.
So
Wow.
that's just, and then when you were talking about like this year, he turned into a 1,000-yard receiver with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
And the New York Jets are the New York Jets. But as we talk about ownership messing with things, the Madden rating wasn't good enough for Jerry Jeudy. So Woody Johnson's like, yeah, let's not do that trade.
I mean, that explains a few things.
It might.
Gives
Wow.
us some insight into the Jets.
But that might
Do you hire
go
an
just
analytics
fully.
guy? No, we just throw everything through the Xbox.
That's their analytics.
We don't need pro scouting.
They don't take a long time for when the GM calls back. Like, hey, we want this trade. Oh, give us 3 seconds. No trade. Can't do it.
Can you add a fifth? EA Sports says you need to add a fifth.
It's that's where ownership could mess with things. Where if they are too involved, where they don't know what they're talking about. Like I'm not trusting Terry Pagula to talk hockey. I'm not trusting him to make a hockey decision. But how much
he
is
does
he
make
potential?
hockey decisions.
So then that's the thing.
He hired Kevin Adams.
Well, he's hired presidents.
Who was the have they?
He has screwed up with presidents. I know that.
Who was the president? Who's the poho in Buffalo? Like Kevin Adams is friends with Pagula.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you hire your friend as the GM and that friend, and like, honestly, I did give Kevin Adams credit a year or two ago. Like the way they were holding on to money and not, paying their young defensemen the way that they should be paid, no bridge contracts and locking them up long term. And I don't know, like they've got everything they should need in Buffalo.
So in August of 2023, he appointed himself the president of the Sabres. And he dissolved the company that oversaw both the Sabres and the Bills. So he separated the two.
Mm-hmm.
You said 23 last year?
2023, August of 23, he officially became the team president and restructured the business side. So most recently, he has been. I know that they've had some other presidents in the past. I'm just trying to see if I can find like a list.
Oh, yeah. Just looking at the nasty chat, there's Andrew E. Go look at Kevin Adams' career and tell me how that guy is a GM other than his relationship with the owner. Nailed it.
I don't need to go back to his history even and just go.
It's not much different than Kate's keeping Kevin Lowe in a. Like
I'll just go. Why does he still have a job today?
Who?
Kevin Adams. That's the one that's as of today, as of this very moment. How is he still employed as the general manager of the Buffalo Sabres after everything's gone? Like he's been there since 2020, I think it was. Yeah. You've had a few seasons. You just met 3 coaches with 10 plus straight losses.
3 straight coaches with 10 plus losing streaks.
You can't keep going to the coaches. There comes a point it's a GM, and right now this is what's happened.
Yeah.
Like how after you lose to the Habs on Tuesday night,
right,
is the first move yesterday. How are you guys not discussing, on the Hangout, Jasmine on the Hangout, and everyone else yesterday here on EST going, yeah, Kevin Adams just let go by the Buffalo Sabres.
Because Pagula walked into the dressing room apparently and said, everybody's safe. No, we're not going to change any personnel. The solution is in the room.
There was also a report that apparently that the Sabres haven't returned calls to various GMs. That there have been calls that haven't been returned.
And weren't all the reports at the beginning of the season like they wanted to make it like they wanted to add to their team?
Yeah,
like they're open for business, but they wanted to add. They don't want to just like sell the farm and go into another rebuild. Like they want to progress, right? But now they're not returning GM's calls.
Seems like a odd way to
panicking. Like
great way to do business.
Yeah.
Well, now you can't go buy players. You can't give up assets to buy players because you're almost in another rebuild going on here.
Yeah.
It's like they've done it the right way, like Dash was saying, right? Draft, develop, keep it young, extend these young players with nice team-friendly contracts. But then all the prospects aren't going to work out, right?
Yeah.
Like to hit on every single one is just so difficult. So what's the next move? Like you probably have to package a couple of these younger guys out for someone a little more well-established.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Right? Now, I wouldn't want to do that with everybody. I don't want to sell the farm and get them to be where the Oilers are right now as the oldest team in the league. Like I don't think they need to do that, but maybe 1 or 2 moves. Now, what does that look like? Is it Cousins? Is it a guy like Peterka or Quinn?
I don't think you can trade Cousins.
Cousins would be a tough one to trade, absolutely. But he also gives you a bigger haul.
Cousins is a superstar in whatever team he immediately steps into. Not Cousins. It's probably got to be one of those young D-men. And you're not moving Dahlin.
Could very well be. And Samuelson was a healthy scratcher in the beginning of the season, right? That'd be a nice pickup for a new team.
Owen Power.
Owen Byram.
Vancouver has interested in Byram.
There's a lot of talk that's something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Is the Canucks adding Byram?
What's wrong with Byram then? Because how do
He
you have
plays
that
in
much?
Buffalo.
But he's had three. This will be 3 teams in 3 years then, and you don't let high-end defense prospects just get shipped around. That tells me there's a red flag with Byram. Maybe it's injury prone. I know that's a tag he has, but I don't know.
Yeah, you could make that leap, and he was amazing coming out of junior, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like he was unbelievable. It's like
a top
maybe
10
he's
pick, wasn't he?
underperforming.
Trying to remember.
I'd have to go back. I think he was a high pick. But when you see a guy that drafted that high that's underperforming on multiple teams, you start to wonder. But he does, like, he's got some upside. Like I thought it was a great move by Buffalo to go middle stat for Byram last year. Like I thought that was a great move by them. So sometimes it's
fourth overall in 19.
4th overall. And they also got Newhook that year too. Colorado did.
Mo in the nasty chat, he has said, I think they should bring on Ken Holland as president of hockey ops and GM. The guy has experience and would bring stability to that team.
Buffalo? Mm-hmm. Is he being serious?
He said, actually, the first thing he said is in all seriousness, but I didn't read that part.
If you're the Sabres, you can't do worse than that. There's a lot worse you could do. The Sabres, you're right, Dash. You can't fire the owner. So that's not something that it'd be great if someone jumped up. But Terry Pegula now owns the Buffalo. Basically, he's the owner of the Bills. He's owner of the Sabres. He's not selling those franchises. I think they though need to do then kind of what the Elks are doing. It need to be a full reset once again. But it starts at the very top with your president. And you need to, if you're Terry Pegula, hire a proper president who will be in charge of hockey operations, who could then hire a GM, who could hire a coach. And, looking specifically to the Elks had another tough season, won a few more games, but there's pieces there to go win. And I think the same could be said for the Sabres, where there's pieces there to build a team. You just now need to create and get in the right people who can bring in some stability. And the owner needs to just step aside and go hire some. And Ken Holland, they could do a lot worse than Ken Holland.
Didn't College just take a job somewhere?
He he took a job, I think, with the league.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. He was consultant, he went to training camp with Utah, but then I think he has a job with the league now, or he's doing something with the league. It wasn't with the team.
Okay. So Buffalo, state of mediocrity forever. Here's their team from 2019, so 5 years ago. This team's pretty good. And you think some of these guys were young, but Eichel, Reinhart, Victor Olofsson, Dahlin, Ristolainen, Marcus Johansson, Jeff Skinner, Gergensons, Jimmy Vesey, Okposo, Connor Sheary. Those are good third line players, right? You're looking at the defense, and they still had Bogosian and Dahlin. Their goalie was Linus Ullmark. That's a team that should make the playoffs.
There was a bit of an
exodus.
There was a bit of an exodus after the Eichel situation went down, though. Right, Reinhart went on his way shortly after that. When Adams came in, it was if you want to be here, you'll be here. If you don't want to be here, bye.
Well, the room was split, right? There was those that defended Eichel, and then there was the rest. And I think if you were an Eichel defendist, you probably got shipped out.
The flip side to this is maybe it's their full amateur and pro scouting are just trash.
Could very well be.
Their pro scouting is so awful that they're sitting there going, yeah, we can move on from Linus Ullmark, and he goes off and he does great things, and they're like, well, we screwed up. And there's a lot of mistakes that are happening. Maybe it comes down to they just have bad scouting, and their bad reports on even their own players internally are just not good enough.
Same thing can be said about the Oilers for the last 10, 15 years.
Oh, 100%. We had DVD on last Friday.
We made the playoffs.
Yeah, but we had DVD on the Friday, and it brought up a great point. The Oilers could have been the Sabres if it wasn't for Connor McDavid.
Absolutely.
Things were not looking good until that gold card flipped.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that changed a lot. And the Sabres were all in for getting Connor McDavid, and it didn't work out. Andrew E. also saying, you bring in Pistol Pete, and whatever trade proposal he comes up with, you do the exact opposite. Easily improve your team.
One step above the Madden situation.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Pete, we're going to hire you. What trade would you make? Thanks, Pete, and then go do the opposite, and then but then have him always come up like, what's going on? Why aren't you listening to me?
Pete
we are.
Oh, we're listening. We're taking it all in. Pete is employed by the team that stole Broberg and Holloway from us as well. So,
and the GM, soon to be or president of that team, is also really good friends with the former GM and president of this team, in Ken Holland.
Yes, sir.
The Blues have a lot of bad blood towards the Oilers, it seems. There's a lot of reasons for the St. Louis Blues not to like the Edmonton Oilers.
Barn fight 2.0. Here we go.
Although Kapanen looking good for the Oilers.
Hey, not bad.
He's been good so far.
Not bad. Yep.
Yeah,
Pod Colton
Take that one.
Yep.
Yeah, but with the Blues.
Oh, I got you.
They got Holloway and Broberg. The Oilers got Kapanen.
Right.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Knock it
cap
off.
space and draft picks.
There you go. Good
We'll
trade.
take our wins where we can.
Good trade.
Hey, see where those draft picks go? Maybe that second and the third get moved this deadline for something, or maybe they draft these studs, and we'll all look back and go, ha, good thing they moved on from Broberg and Holloway.
Good thing.
Time will tell.
That'd be nice. That's right. Time will tell.
EST Hangout is presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada Storage experts, more than 2 decades of helping Canadians through life's transition. 75% off 8 weeks on 5x10 units. That offer ends December 25th. Check them out, sentinel.ca. Matt, Jasmine with you here on the Hangout along with from the Heavy Hockey Network. It is Dash and Ryan. Oilers game day taking on the Bruins. Didn't expect we would be talking that much about the Sabres, but it's always fun talking about the dysfunctional franchises.
Yeah. For once, it's not us.
Yeah, I was just
it's like
right.
when you guys are talking, just like, whoa, we went through a lot of garbage. Like, and I have some friends, colleagues especially, that loves the Sabres, and he's miserable. It sucks to be you, buddy.
Oh, there's no light at the end of the tunnel that you can see. You just see darkness.
Yeah.
You're just looking ahead and you're just still seeing darkness, and
it's
you're
like
behind you, you're
headline
seeing
news.
darkness.
It's like thrown in your face now too. Like this, how insane this has been for the Sabres. And what are they behind the Jets by 1 year for them not making the playoffs in that many years?
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
something
New York
like
Jets, not
Yeah,
Winnipeg.
New York, yeah.
Yeah.
Like for consecutive years of missing a playoff?
Yeah.
Is it an active streak or an all-time streak? It's got to be an active streak.
Active, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Jets AFC Championship games, what year were those? 06, 07-ish?
Sometime, yeah, somewhere around there.
Something like that.
Between then and
Yeah,
2010.
because the Sabres, they were in 06. And then I think they made it a couple more years after that.
Yeah.
When do the Sabres play again? Sabres got the Leafs tomorrow. So this could
So
they
12.
get the Leafs tomorrow at home. They get then the Bruins. So they could go. There's a couple more losses you could see right there. Then they get the Islanders and the Blackhawks. So maybe they could snag a win in there. 11, 17, and 4. Just, I do feel for Sabres fans. Although you got the Buffalo Bills. Go watch your Bills right now.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
good point. Good point. Even realize that part. Yeah, you're fine.
At least they have another distraction. When the Oilers were going through it, like the Oilers are our team here. Like,
There's a reason we're diehard fans here, right?
yeah.
Except what's going to happen is there'll be some sort of heartbreak with the Buffalo Bills because they're the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
They'll be crushed in January for something. And then they'll look and be like, oh, our hockey team's still trash.
It gets darker and darker.
Worse than the San Jose Sharks. Like,
Wow.
even the Preds, like the Preds are right now, they are in last spot in the National Hockey League. And what a wild thing that has happened with the Nashville Predators, considering preseason, like Western Conference. I don't want to say favorites, but like as top contenders.
I had them as a playoff team.
Most people had them as like maybe going to go in their division.
Yeah.
And now we're talking like it did not work at all.
Yeah. I also said in the summer that Nashville would regret going all in like they did on age and experience. Right, like they're in a good spot. Luckily, they got 3 first-rounders this year, so like they can retool if they need to. They can pivot. But I've never been a fan of just loading up all the veteran players, thinking that's gonna help you win immediately. Like there's no guarantee that happens. Like we saw the Rangers do it with Tarasenko and Kane a couple years ago. They're out in the first round.
Yep.
Right, it's usually the teams that make subtle little additions, third line, depth D, that end up winning it all.
Cogliano and Manson.
Yeah.
Right? Like Colorado brings in a little bit of grit, a little bit of depth, and that's all they needed. I think when you change too many big pieces, you change chemistry.
Yep.
Or,
100%.
somebody's best friend got traded and then they're butthurt about it, right? Like the rumors that CC's trade was blocked last year because Draisaitl wouldn't let him get traded.
You're human.
Right.
I'd be
Yeah.
rattled too.
Totally.
And then
how Maddie
resent.
would feel if
Yeah.
they traded you.
I wonder, actually.
He's stoned.
I don't know.
If we traded you,
Yeah.
how you would feel?
How you would feel.
Depends on the return,
That's
right?
100%. It's are we getting better?
Wow. It's a business. It's a business.
So mean.
Well, it's
That was
trades. I'm
really-
in a more management position. You have to be thinking about how is EST improving?
I just heard him say, I don't care about you as a person.
Legit, right?
Where's the gum?
I'm expendable.
Wow.
I didn't say expendable.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Totally
Yeah.
did.
I said if the price is right.
Yeah, I think Maddie needs a piece of gum.
you
Well, she
go.
wouldn't be my coworker anymore if we make the trade, so I don't need the gum.
And you still wouldn't get along.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone, there's a
I'm hurt. Just so you guys know. Okay. For what? I don't know. I'm hurt.
If Dusty wanted to trade me, if he's getting proper value, he should go do it.
Well, it better be for someone like Malika Andrews or something then, all right?
For you?
Yeah.
Sure.
Then I'd be okay
That's
with
what's
it. Yeah.
Get her on the phone. We don't know what the we don't know what the
Stop.
price is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We don't know what the price is, but there's a price for almost everyone.
Jasmine for Stoff and a third. I'm your agent. I mean, I can
I
do
know.
this.
You did a good
I'm
job
not doing
that
that
day.
trade.
The
You're not doing that
I'm
trade?
not doing that trade.
Stoff in a second.
No, I'm good.
Am I really? Thank you. Now I feel better.
I'm not.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
I am not.
See what I did
I'm
there?
not trading away
Made
Jasmine
my
for
value
stuff.
go up. Yeah.
No, there's.
I'm going to
Yeah.
call the Blue Jays, see if they're interested in Jazz.
We'd have to be looking out of market.
Well, Blue Jays are
think.
out of market.
There's nothing but the Blue Jays. What
Yeah,
do
because
Blue
they
Jays
pump
have?
up everybody's value.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, come on.
How well do you swing a baseball bat,
Stick with the
Jasmine?
joke,
They need
man.
some offense in Toronto.
Hey, I'm not bad.
Good enough.
I'm gonna swing it at Matt after the show. I'll show you guys.
She's more of a Yankee type of, they're a low budget team.
We were talking about the Jets quickly, the New York Jets, because I guess I need to let you guys know, not the Winnipeg
Yeah,
Jets.
no, that's good.
But their Bleacher Report was saying that Aaron was not okay with Woody Johnson and wanted to be patient with the Robert Saleh letting him go. Isn't that crazy? Because everybody blamed Aaron for it.
Sure, he did. Sure, he wanted to be patient.
Sounds about right. Math adds up.
Where did this come out that he's saying that?
Bleacher Report.
Yeah, but like who? Like,
Do you want me to actually go into the article and read while I'm hanging out?
It's on Reddit.
well, I'll go do it and read.
I'll go do it and read it.
Well, like, where was it from? His documentary?
It could be. A lot of stuff's coming out of that documentary. Now he's basically blaming his ex-girlfriends for their stardom, about being in the limelight. But it's like, dude, you're Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see more when it comes out. But that was all like the...
I heard the first episode he was just going after his whole family and stuff, and it sounds very much Aaron Rodgers. So it comes from The Athletic. So it must come from the same piece that wrote that Woody Johnson nixed the trade because of the Madden rating, which is just the best.
What a headline.
A team source said Rodgers implored Johnson to remain patient with Saleh and then Hackett. However, it took one day for turmoil to hit the organization. Saleh reportedly informed Rodgers that he was demoting Hackett. So I think then things changed. So I think initially, if I'm reading this correctly, right off the bat, he wanted them to remain patient, but then Saleh reportedly informed Rodgers that he was demoting Hackett and inserting pass game coordinator as the new play caller.
Oh.
But the signal caller made it clear to Saleh that he did not agree with this decision. Rodgers was adamant in his disagreement that a team source said Saleh told his staff to get backup Tyrod Taylor ready to play in case a banged up, disgruntled Rodgers wouldn't. So
Rodgers was.
it looks like Rodgers wanted them to be patient, and then the next day Saleh pissed him off.
That sounds like he liked Hackett.
Yeah.
Yeah, brought him in. But then, he wanted to remain patient for a day.
For a day.
For a day.
And then he got annoyed, and maybe he helped try to switch the conversation around. I don't trust anything Aaron Rodgers says.
No
Yeah, it
kidding.
was patience until he didn't get his way.
Right. Until he had something else to complain about.
That's a good point.
Big Uke says Dusty should trade me for future considerations. Whereas X-Ray J says Maddie for your rim truck.
Oh, my.
It's a great move for EST on that one.
For EST?
100%.
No
So
comment.
there's Tiger Woods in the
No
corner.
That's my boy.
comment.
Your rim truck's my boy. Future consideration. That's an awful trade, Big Uke. Let's be real here. I even know that one. That one's an awful trade.
We'll never get our socks and scarves. Future considerations are not going to send out packages in the
socks
mail. I mean, whatever. They're in.
It's just the scarves.
They're in Whitehorse at a beauty salon.
Women's boutique. And she was very kind to let us know that she received them.
Get them all.
She opened them all.
Yeah.
Thank you for the hat. Look at this lady has a hat.
No, she sent it to us.
In Ontario because she helped herself, and you don't have a hat.
She has 2 hats.
The lady in Ontario?
No, Jasmine.
What about the lady in Yellowknife?
No, Jasmine has 2 hats. She's got a heavy hockey hat now and an EST hat.
Yeah, thanks to the Wolf. Thanks to Dash.
Awesome. That's great.
Everybody wins.
Everyone say hat for Jasmine. Jasmine got 2 hats now, so we're all good. We're all fine.
Dusty chimed in. Maddie is untouchable.
There's always a
No
price,
trade clause.
Dusty. That's him just trying to get the value up. He saw future considerations, like, I got to get a few more calls on this one. The official drink of the EST Hangout. It is the Finnish long drink, legend of 1952. A drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment. Real liquor at longdrink.com/Canada is where you can go enter in your postal code and find a liquor store nearest you, which may have the long drink in stock. Or if you're going to the Oilers game, like tonight, OEG and Long Drink have a wonderful partnership. So you can go get their traditional or sugar-free traditional down at Rogers Place. So enjoy a long drink for the Oilers game tonight, whether you're at home or whether you're at the game. Both ways to enjoy the long drink. Once again, the GCL Diesel Oilers Stream pregame show, 6 o'clock tonight. Tommy, Hernan, and Cass will get you set for Oilers and Bruins. It's always fun when the Bruins are in town, though.
Yeah.
It's my second favorite team.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
I like Mershon.
Boo.
I like it. My family calls me Mershon because they say I slew foot everybody when we play video games or board games during Christmas. Yeah, that's
Like
right.
physically slew footing, like they're about to put
They want a
their
piece. They want a
Monopoly
piece.
house on,
Yeah.
and you just like come up behind them and
right.
kick their feet out.
Park Boulevard's mine.
Everyone's on high alert when Jasmine gets up from the table.
Jeepers.
Apparently, they did this to me.
If
But
I'm
yeah.
your family, I'm all dressing up as an elf on the shelf. Just like put a pool
No,
on.
I won't punch any
We're
elf
gonna
on the
punch
shelf
out
at any
first.
family's
We're
homes,
gonna
I
punch out
promise. Yeah.
first at the Christmas party. Holy.
Don't
I don't want to play Monopoly with people because I think I'll piss people off. Shockingly enough, I know that's surprising to everyone in here that I might piss people off, but because I would play by the rules, and there's one rule, like,
There's so many rules to that.
but there's
too.
a key rule
There's-
that not everyone plays with, but it's you can't buy another house if all the houses are on the board. Some people fake houses and like,
Oh, really?
but so the key is never build a hotel.
Okay.
Buy up as many houses as you can and take the housing out of the game. And then there's some people that can't get houses and you will bankrupt them.
Yeah.
See, I don't think I've ever had a game of Monopoly last long enough to get to that point.
I would never not let it end. We
Yeah,
are getting
it's
to
a-
the end of Monopoly. If you quit,
Buy
I
up
win.
the cheapest properties too.
Yeah, oh yeah, anything.
Well, you don't want the big properties. You want the cheap ones because the sooner you could build those houses up quicker. And then you feed up all the houses, you're just going to rake in the cash.
Maddie the slumlord.
Yeah.
Oh, fully. Fully.
Did you guys play Life by any chance? Nobody ever talked
Yes.
about the game of Life. I love that game.
Because it's all like, there's no real skill to it.
No, and you were
You
a kid.
spin and you
you're
just,
like, ooh.
yeah.
You're
Then you get the
happy.
van full of 6 people.
Yeah.
And somehow you're a painter who's making $300,000 a year.
right.
Somebody else will be a doctor, but they're making $20,000 a year.
Didn't make any sense. And you have like the pink people and the blue people in your van. Yeah.
This makes zero sense to me whatsoever.
Have you never?
No.
You never
You ever
play
played
this
it?
game?
No.
Oh, it's so
Yeah, it's like, so
awesome.
there's like a wheel in the middle that you spin.
Like I'm aware of it. I just
Yeah, and so it's like you go 10 spaces and you go, and every so often you get to through life's
Yeah, you're going through life and you die
be-
at the end.
sounds like snakes.
Right?
and
You don't
ladders.
go to
die in the end.
cemetery or
No,
something.
no,
Yeah.
It's not much different.
You go to a
honestly.
retirement home.
Yeah,
You go into a retirement
Yeah.
community, and it's either you go to the very nice retirement community or you go to the crappy one.
That's right. Yeah.
It all
okay.
depends how much money you have.
Yeah. But you like choose at the beginning, you gotta like draw cards and you're like building your life. And sometimes you're just like bitter throughout that whole game.
Funny.
Kind of like real life.
Yeah,
shockingly
exactly.
enough.
Yeah.
Shockingly enough.
Sometimes you're always like, yeah.
Let me make a loose reference and kind of try to make it relative. I was immediately reminded of Brad Marchand when Nurse got that extra 2-minute penalty because immediately everybody's all over Sutherland and this terrible call and yada yada. It's the Canucks that hate Sutherland. He's the one who reffed that game last year when Hughes got high sticked by McDavid and cut, and somebody else slew-footed Hughes, and that didn't get called. But Sutherland was also the referee when Brad Marchand punched Daniel Sedin in the playoffs like 5 times in the face and just kept punching him.
Yeah.
And Sedin said to Sutherland, "What are you going to call a penalty?" And Sutherland said, "I will soon." And then he never did. And then he gave Sedin 10-minute misconduct. Anyways, that's
Did
what
he
I-
actually say I will soon?
Yeah, I'll call it right away. He's like, "Are you going to call it out?" So you're going to call it after the 5th one? And then he gave him 10, teed him up.
That's wild.
Yeah, but he's coached like over 1,000 games or something, and he's a brilliant ref.
He's coached.
No, sorry.
That's for Tim Peel, right?
What did
He's,
Tim Peel say?
hosting
Oh,
for-
God. Yeah, he's
we
muted.
gotta-
I don't even have a clue
Yeah,
what
he's
Tim
pretty
Peel says
annoying.
ever.
But he does
probably for the
respond
best.
to
Yeah.
people.
That's because he's drunk.
Is that really?
Speak-
I don't know. I'm just
I think so.
later at night. I'll have no problem going after him.
Aren't Tim Peel and your M-Chuck good buddies?
No,
Don't they have a thing?
no, they went at it on Twitter this week, and then I went after with Tim Peel too because I jumped in. It was
Yeah.
great. Tim, yeah, what did he say that?
Wrap it up that way to see if Maddie would.
10 Stanley
Yeah,
Cup
get him
finals.
fired up.
He's coached or he refed in 10 Stanley Cup finals, so he's a great ref. He's not sensitive at all.
Just
and
ask him.
he, yeah, no, it's again. Let's go. I don't want to get back to the thing that happened a couple nights ago, but I don't have a problem with him giving the penalty. It's the animation he went, how animated he was giving it.
It was a pretty aggressive tee. Like,
Yeah, like
He
you could have
was-
just went, hey, okay, 2 minutes. Like that's
Yeah.
it. You could have just went, like, just done it that way. But you had to make a show of it.
Well, it makes me wonder what Nurse actually said then,
Yeah.
but, you know. Still,
yeah, we're still
if you're a
trying to
ref,
find
you've
out.
heard it all.
Yeah.
Well, but that's like
You've heard it all.
Unless there was a warning given earlier, I doubt that though.
He might have said one of the 3 words.
But then you just give him the penalty.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
don't need to make
Yeah.
the show
Wait
of
a
it like
second.
that.
So I'm on the opposite of that, and so I was telling Belzy and Tommy yesterday that I don't mind if you're gonna make a call. First of all, don't make it soft call and just immediately call it, right? Depending on what he said, of course. But I like the theatrics. You're on Prime. Let's go. Let's go. We talk about basketball. We talk about NFL, all this, and I didn't mind that whole.
I don't want
drama
that for
to
my
it.
refs. I
mean,
do not want that.
I just didn't like it being called or
Then
right
I'm
away.
flip.
But if you're gonna call it, let's go. Come on, like look at us. We're talking about it.
I mean, Wes McCauley with the fighting major, like all good. But that situation where
Wes
like
McCauley's
something
entertaining.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like that situation where Darnell clearly said something that Sutherland didn't like, and then he was like, "T, like that one, I don't think requires the animation. That's not.
I don't want my
entertainment.
refs being. We're not there to watch the refs. I want the entertainment. Give me the players doing it.
So
give
you
me
don't like the
coaches doing
McCauley
it.
thing either?
No,
You know
I
what Wes
could do- I-
McCauley does?
No,
I can
that's
live
not
When
without it.
McCauley goes, he'll like do his, we'll go to Toronto and figure it out. The goal is
Oh, okay.
good. And he'll like do this, delayed, dramatic.
What's wrong with that?
Maddie
I
hates it.
don't want my refs having that emotion. I want it completely gone.
No fun.
I don't, not for my refs. I don't want them to be kind of like, it's almost for the most part. I don't want to see or hear from you for the most part.
So you're with Will? Everything should be AI? Every
Well,
official in every sport should be AI?
AI's up, but like we're not there to watch the ref. You're there to just be in between.
I'm there to be entertained. If
And-
the ref's entertaining, then
No, because then I have to be fine with what happened with this past week. Like Jasmine was saying. You can't do both. You can't be like, yeah, it's all good when things are fun, but then the moment he tees someone up and is all theatric with it, oh, that's too sudden. No, to me, it's one or the other. We either let the refs go in or don't, and I would rather just say no because I don't want that. I don't want the Darnell Nurse one. I don't like that. So I'd rather lose the Wes McCauley stuff because you're just my ref. I'm not here to watch you.
I feel like he called it because he wanted to do it, though.
You want it to be seen.
Yeah, I think.
And I don't want that for my refs.
Yeah.
I hate that for my refs. And I'll flip this. Then the refs have to speak after the games if they are requested by
Wouldn't
the
that
media.
be lovely?
Yeah, that I would love.
Yeah.
You want to be part of the game?
NBA, my God.
What were you seeing on that pass interference call?
Ew.
You want to be part of the game. You want to be the entertainment then, and you want to then act just
Yeah.
like the players and the coaches do. Go answer for your decisions.
Yeah. No,
I'll change my tune on that very easily if all of a sudden after the game and somebody in the media is like, I want to speak to him today. He has to stand and speak in front of microphones. Otherwise, I don't want to hear from you both, on the ice. Just make your call.
I understand refs have a very difficult job. It's like incredibly difficult job, and maybe they do have internal accountability somewhere, some way, but like we don't see it. And like you're never gonna hear a ref admit that they made a mistake. It's like, sorry for the rant, surveyor Brett, but sometimes like that's the thing that drives me most nuts about referees is an unwillingness to admit a mistake
yep.
or to be accountable.
Unless you're Tim Peel and you game manage things. And
He's like all over Twitter, though.
Yeah, but
So he likes that attention.
Tim Peel's a piece of work, though.
well, as Heavy Hockey Network, which again is probably Michael. It's Michael.
It's Michael, yeah.
Tim Peel. When guys like him spend so much energy on putting other people down, you know exactly how much character he has.
Bingo.
Mic drop. Boom.
Bingo.
Boom.
What does Penner's Pancakes say here? I'm sure hope next CBA that the absolutely annoying kicking someone out of the face-off 24 times a game stops. Watching Leon get booted 10 times a game is getting ridiculous.
Leon needs to stop trying to cheat every single face-off, though, too. Literally, he tries to cheat every single face-off. I don't blame him. I would, too.
I feel like this is one of those things like most everybody's doing it. Like if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Just
Right.
like there's holding on every play in football, right? Like
Right.
I'm sure every face-off someone's trying to do something to gain an edge.
100%. Yeah. Draw the line somewhere, I guess. But yeah, it is annoying. You ever listen to a game on the radio and have to listen to Bob talk about the refs tossing people up in the he will go off. Yeah, it is annoying. There's no doubt. Who is singing out there? That was interesting.
It's Lieutenant Eric. His voice
Eric?
is of an angel.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
So heavenly.
Yeah, when he does
just like
the
a peace came over me all of a sudden.
he
What
does
was
the
going
10
on?
days of Christmas, was it?
10
12
days.
days.
Yeah, 10
12
days of Christmas,
Whatever,
Jasmine.
12 days.
Go get an elf on the shelf.
Man.
Holy.
I tried to be festive.
If you had an
Everything's
elf
a
on the
Grinch.
shelf when you were a kid, they would have told you there's 12 days of the Christmas
12
song.
days of Christmas. Anyways, that was him singing.
Voice of an angel.
Did you guys catch the Canucks overtime yesterday with Utah? Okay, they're complaining, the fans. They're like, oh, we have Vegas today now. I'm like, you guys played Utah. Like, relax.
Wait, the Canucks are just because they're back-to-back?
Yeah.
Well, teams have back-to-back. Deal with it.
I know,
exactly.
but they're all like losing it today. Like, look at our schedule.
The Oilers had to deal with that with the
Wasn't it Colorado?
Flames at Devils. While the Devils were out in the mountains having fun, the Oilers had to go play the Flames, and then the next day the Devils beat the Oilers here.
Oh, yes.
It's called part of the schedule.
It
Yeah.
happens. Herein lies Canucks fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say Canucks fans complaining again.
Yeah. I was
Weird.
like, what the hell are you talking about?
Go start a ride.
Lieutenant Eric does add, sorry, sometimes I forget I'm not home, but then Big Ute goes 10 days of Christmas and 2 days of bare knuckle elf boxing.
Love it.
I told Yuki, I said, we're going to tuck it underneath the rug there. We're not going to bring it up anymore. So I went on a little rant. Did you hear that rant by any chance?
I was informed a little bit today by Dash when I
Okay.
got in.
That's all you need to know. Yeah. Okay.
I just
also
warned him
learned-
the elf might come up a little bit.
I
today.
also learned a little bit about the elf that I was unaware of.
That it's Santa that does it.
I didn't know anything about it. I just knew
Dude,
that the
tell me
elf is
about
on
it.
the shelf, and I didn't know that there's anything behind it.
Okay.
I never had elf on the shelf.
Why
when I
does
was a
it
kid or
make
something.
Kate? I don't want to talk about this, but why does it make a mess? I don't understand.
It depends with how you handle your elf. We don't, like, a lot of people have the elf is always up to mischief.
Yeah.
Our elf is just doing fun things.
But
Like he's playing Twister or he's whatever.
Okay.
We don't do the,
Don't question Santa.
you know.
I don't understand why the elf is doing mischief when you're supposed to, like, the whole point is for the child to behave.
That's the part I've never understood.
Yeah,
either.
I don't get it.
So we just have a good elf.
Those things are like $40. I mean,
No,
from
they're
Santa's workshop.
You should
Anyways.
you should try finding,
Jasmine and Iwanyk
you should try finding the
Christmas
Barbie
Fair.
outfits to put on
They
them.
were like sold out.
They're
for a
not
long-
sold out.
Not
Santa
this
sends
year,
them.
but like
Santa
I mean,
sends them.
I know, I get it, because the real elves are working away at the toy shop,
Are they?
making items.
For 10 days.
Would they be making items right now, or are they packing it and wrapping it now?
No,
What
they're
stage
still
are they in a
making
week
it.
before Christmas?
Like, how is it all year that you wrap stuff, or like is it as you make it you wrap it? I wonder what the staging setup is like there.
There's got to be a station. Like there's a wrapping station after.
So
And then if you're
yeah.
naughty, you don't get your present, so they can like take it back.
Well, they give you coal.
Yeah, but there's still like a gift waiting to get wrapped, so you would just leave it. You
But
wouldn't
do
wrap
they
it.
make toys like right up till Santa goes?
Yes, because
Or-
there's Christmas miracles and stuff that happen.
That's a good point.
Like, how full is the sleigh right now?
It's magic.
But so then, do they work it all throughout the year,
Or do they get vacation?
or do they wait till December to start making the toys to pack them up because they're waiting for the Christmas list and all that? Like, if I'm an elf, I'm not working in March or April.
What does an elf do in
I'm
the
not
summer?
making this toy that all of a sudden this kid's not going to want because they're going to want
Exactly.
something else in
So it
December.
is in
And now we're going
December.
to waste away this toy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, Santa, look, I'm going to the beach.
I agree with you.
I'm taking a couple months off
Yeah.
here. I'll see you in November.
It's because there's like elf
going
labor
golfing
going on.
with the Sabres?
They work like 24 hours a day, so I think they just wrap up all their holiday hours throughout the year, and then when December comes, they just do a bunch of blow and
Whoa.
go to the shop.
There it is.
They got to get the job done quickly
There it is.
somehow, right?
Really far.
There,
or whatever the hell people do. Yeah.
there it is. They are.
Good bet, Santa.
They are. I don't even know what to say.
We're learning a lot about
Now-
Santa's workshop.
You thought you knew a little bit about Elf on the Shelf after I talked to you, Matthew. Now you know a lot. Now you know a lot. I don't know how they stay up
Riddle it,
24
like,
hours a
tell
day.
me.
It's not magic. Definitely not magic.
Well,
Clearly not magic.
It's magic.
Obviously
It is a magic.
It's magical.
Dustin with an Y. That escalated quickly.
Wow.
And yeah, the elf labor laws are different. I'm assuming they're like, that's probably, they get
What's
all.
their drug policy?
Probably doesn't
Apparently
know
there
it.
isn't one. But so you'd work like all December, like you probably don't sleep, so then you get the whole year off.
Yeah, that labor list, the laws are a little shorter. That document with the laws, a little shorter
No
for
pun
the elves.
intended.
I mean, if you're doing blow for a straight month,
Yeah.
you gotta sleep for 11.
Saying these guys like they're working all day. Like,
Gals too.
What do you mean?
There's gal elves.
Yeah. Did I not? What is it
You
not?
said guys. And
I said
and
these
gals.
guys. Well, I
I
meant
went
it.
and gals.
Them.
Them. Yeah.
Maybe there's non-binary elves.
Yeah, exactly. All those lovely elves making those toys for the good boys and girls, and
The North Pole being covered in
And
snow has a
Vapes.
whole new meaning now, thanks to Jasmine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
you guys want to be logical with Santa and Elf on the Shelf. There has to, you got to really be logical. Minus the sled with the presents, because that is magic.
The elf loves
Yeah.
skiing the slopes.
It's either magic
There you
or it's either magic or one epic night.
The Hangover Part 3. Christmas elves.
I
I think he's on the roof.
I'm going to want more info on this. Jay just texted me. The elf labor dispute of 98 sent shockwaves through the entire workforce. EI premiums skyrocketed and Christmas was nearly canceled. Big CBA negotiations.
Oh, I've never been more happy to not talk about the Bruins.
We've had
We are talking about Marchand's friends and family here, though, the elves.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. And he's naughty. He's always on the naughty list,
Always.
too. Right?
he gets cool.
Yeah. he
This
gets
might have
cold.
been one of my funnest episodes of my 20 or whatever it is. Man.
Well, we still have time left, unless are you finishing up here?
I'm just saying it's fun. I didn't say I wanted to leave.
Sorry.
Are you asking me to leave?
Not at all. Not at all.
Took 20 episodes for me to show up and finally kicks me out.
I've never kicked anyone out.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It'll be me one day.
You're already on the trade block.
Yeah, right? He's trying to get
There's
rumors
nothing
on
nice
this.
I didn't
over there.
put her on the trade block. I just said if we were to trade her, it would have to value what the return was to decide whether I think is a good trade or not.
Subtle hint for people to
Jasmine's
get on the phone.
expendable.
Maddie's
I
open
don't
for
want her as a
business.
co-host anymore.
She's been one of my most dependable co-hosts.
Same. You know how hard it was yesterday without Maddie here? And I had to put up with Tommy and Belzy? Because I was trying to talk about NBA Cup and such, right? So these two were like, no, we don't watch it. They weren't giving me anything. And I'm
I
like,
didn't watch any of the NBA.
Tommy's like,
Oh,
but yeah, have you
okay.
seen my $200 backpack?
Darvin
It
Ham
cost $200.
undefeated in the
Like,
NBA Cup.
yes.
Darvin Ham is the NBA Cup.
Look at that.
Bizarre. Yeah.
Undefeated, hey?
14-0 or something like that.
Wow.
So none of you guys even caught the highlights?
I
Didn't care.
actually did watch that game.
Thank you.
I was in the cool bet poker, block
Oh,
shot
that's
poker
right.
thing.
But I mean, you didn't have it on in the background? Like I had
No, I had college football on.
the. Okay.
What's the NBA Cup?
Doesn't it sound cool?
It's the in-season tournament that the Lakers won the first year. What game was I watching on Tuesday? What college game was it?
Do you have any thoughts, Ryan? On like the NBA or like the.
I mean, I tuned into the second quarter. The Thunder were up by like 7 or 8 throughout most of the first half, and I was thinking, okay, that's probably expected because Thunder are killing it.
Yeah,
right?
they're favored.
And then Milwaukee tied. It was 51-50 at the half for the Bucks. And I was like, okay, we got Dame lighting it up here. We
Yes.
got Giannis. Like
Yes.
anything can happen here. Like championship pedigree in Milwaukee. Interesting game. But the experience of the Bucks in the big moment clearly was a factor in the
No
second half.
doubt.
Like OKC couldn't hit anything.
No.
They couldn't drop a ball into the ocean.
That's right. It was like 1 at 18, I think, for threes, and then
like, oh, it was worse than that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Like 4 for 30 or something. Like it was up
yeah,
there.
it was bad. It
But
was
like
bad.
they're saying on the broadcast they're like 35% average shooting for the season. But like if they even had their season average, I was kind of quickly doing the math in my head. I was like, yeah, this would be a tight game if they would even just had a normal game shooting the 3. But they got nothing to go.
Yeah.
So that tells me a little bit nervous, like gripping the sticks a little too tight.
It's a good
To
point.
give a hockey analogy.
Yeah. But no, disappointing finish though. Like at the half, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a good finish.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
wasn't even close.
That's true. Bucks took like a 17-point lead, and it was just like, okay, OKC, but it's okay. They're a young team. I said this yesterday. They're a young team. They got time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the future is
Good for
bright
game.
there. Like,
Yeah.
there was a few years ago, like all the first round picks they collected over the years. Like they did such a good job with that rebuild, and they hit on quite a few. Like you got Shea, who's been lighting it up, and Chet Holmgren's really good for them. And he wasn't playing that
Yeah.
game either. That
Yeah.
didn't help.
Yeah. There you go.
They got lots
Thanks,
of time.
25 Memphis defeated West Virginia 42-37 in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl on Tuesday night.
Scooters coffee.
And they dumped iced coffee on their coach after that game
Iced coffee.
Oh.
Nice.
How new age.
because it's the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
Just like the
Schooners paid them a lot of
Pop-Tarts
money.
after
Got
the
it, got
Pop-Tarts
it.
Bowl.
Yeah.
So the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Did
I
you
love
see the
that.
trophy?
I'm obsessed with that now.
Wait,
Showed me
what?
the
Did you guys
video.
talk about it? Well, did you see the new trophy for the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Amazing.
No.
So a couple days ago, they unveiled. So there's the Pop-Tart Bowl where they sacrifice the Pop-Tart.
so
It's
cute.
amazing.
Yeah.
And now there's 3 Pop-Tarts, and the MVP gets to pick which one they're going to sacrifice and eat. It's really wild. So they unveiled the new Pop-Tart trophy that has a toaster built in. You
Come
can
on.
pop in your Pop-Tarts afterward, right in the trophy, and get some Pop-Tarts.
Like
Toast up some Pop-Tarts.
They took it really far last year with the giant toaster and the giant Pop-Tart
Yes.
on the field after the game. That
Yes.
was
awesome.
hilarious. I loved that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got it more compact this time.
Dusty streaking. I want that Pop-Tart.
Like, yeah, so there's, I don't know if you'll be able to see them popping it here or anything, or like, I guess toasting it. They unveiled it. It's not the best video. I don't know.
Oh, they build it like the wrapper that you
Yeah.
would get a Pop-Tart.
Or
Yeah.
the foil.
Looks just like the Lombardi.
So good.
And then they just, yeah, it has a toaster built in. Like the Pop-Tart Bowl it's only going into year 2 of being the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Wow.
And has become like one of the best Pop-Tart like bowl games.
It's a huge trophy.
Miami Hurricanes going for it this year. We got Iowa State.
On Saturday or
28th.
on 28th.
You're a
December
Miami
28th.
Hurricanes fan?
Oh, yeah.
Did I know that?
It was they took the quarterback from Washington State, Cam Ward, blew it this year. Could have been in the playoffs. Messed up against Syracuse. That was disappointing. And then my Washington State, like Washington State, their coach just left to Wake Forest yesterday. That one made me sad.
I've seen
I
a few
really
games
liked
in
him.
Washington State.
I would love to
It's a
go
fun
to Pullman.
stadium. Yeah, it's small, so it's really intimate. But I was there when Jake Locker was their quarterback.
Oh. I would love to go to Pullman to watch a game there.
That's Lucas' team, right?
No, he's a Huskies.
Huskies. my
I'm a
bad.
Coug fan.
Okay. All right.
The Wazoo.
Wazoo.
That's my second team. There's just so many college football teams.
Yeah.
Like somebody built a bracket of 1,024 college football team playoff.
Wow. Wow.
I'm so happy they went to that playoff format for college ball. Like, there's always so much debate over the 4 teams they would pick for,
Yeah.
like how they got to the national championship before. It was just like there's too much subjectivity to it. But now, like, I like to see that they're just gonna be able to play it out.
I think I wish they went to 8 instead of 12. I feel like there's teams that shouldn't be in it this year that are in it. And that's where it's just like, but I'll wait and see how it plays out. It all gets going tomorrow, which is going to be so much fun. Indiana, Notre Dame.
Yeah, we got Rourke QB, right? Canadian boy.
Canadian boy, quarterback in the first ever 12-team playoffs in the NCAA, and got a first place vote for the Heisman. Like, that's really
Amazing.
cool.
That is
And
cool,
his
actually.
brother
Yeah, for sure.
is his brother.
Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan
Okay.
Rourke's
Okay.
brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that. CFL.
Boom.
Yay.
Hey.
Did you guys talk at all about Cody Fajardo yesterday?
No, actually, we didn't.
Too much elf on the shelf talk.
That was near the end. All right, Ryan, get out of here.
It was either that or
So just
old
built
school
up.
rap.
It's on my
Chingy,
notes.
yeah.
So the
Yeah.
anger just built up for 2 hours or almost, and you just let it go?
Yeah, I had to do one of those, like, when's the show? Like, looked at the time, like, hey, guys, I have to get something
She's
off
like,
my
it's
chest.
10:20 and I haven't gone through my list yet.
Yeah.
Do I ask you about a list today?
Yeah, I
You
was
don't
just
have
gonna
anything
say.
to go off?
No, because I knew Dash guys would be on, so I was very, limited with my list.
I talk a lot, I think, is what she just said.
No, because I want, heavy hockey to pump it. So please. Also, I was on yesterday and I talked about a lot, so I'm sure everybody's sick of my voice.
Nobody's
No one's sick of your voice. They're sick of me. And I was off yesterday and they're already sick of me.
I did see something in the nasty chat about, Maddie's whining again.
Yeah, Michael Zwack or whatever the heck his name is. He doesn't like me.
Michael's
Michael Zwack.
Well, that's what his name is.
I know.
Everybody's got to have a hater, Maddie. It's okay.
You've
got a few.
I've got many. Just you can have just one. What is this? Rip City. I always knew Dame and Gary Trent Jr. would win a championship together.
No, you didn't. Saying those two players in one sentence.
Did you know there's a Canadian averaging the most assists per game in men's college basketball since 1988? I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Who is
Amazing.
it? Send that in, Rip. Send that in.
An Edmontonian owns the record for best free throw percentage in college basketball.
Is that right?
Steve's here.
Steve, sir.
Really? Good for him. He was just, where was he? They had a 3x3 tournament and he represented Canada recently. I think he won he was named to like their
He's
all-star
amazing,
team or something like that.
Did you guys check that event out when it was here in the summer? The 3x3?
I wanted to. No, I think it was out of town or something. I really wanted to, though.
It was fun. It was a cool little vibe. that they
Outside,
had.
right?
Yeah, it was in the square right beside Rogers.
Yeah.
They set up the little tent and they had the floor set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah,
Paul?
I
Here
did.
it is.
It was cool. It was a vibe for sure.
Yeah, they went
Something to do, right? In downtown.
Yeah, it was something different.
Yeah.
It was like $15 to get in
Yeah.
or something like that. It was super cheap.
Yeah,
I was
lots
like,
of food
all right,
trucks.
done.
Michelle Plouffe and Steve Sturr, they both helped represent Canada at the 3x3 national with the Canadian national teams in San Juan a couple weekends ago, and I think he was named Steve, an all-star or something in that.
Oh, cool.
And then I heard, I'd have to go double check because I just caught just the tail end of it on Tuesday. Read it. I think it was mentioned that event's going to West Ed next year.
Oh, really?
Oh, is that
We're getting
right?
inside to West Ed next year.
Interesting.
The first year I went was it was just in Ice District, where that little where the hockey rink is.
Yeah.
Hernan and I went one
That's what
day.
I thought he meant. So where
No,
was it?
it's where the beer gardens were.
Yeah, it's where,
Where Baccarat Casino used to be.
Yeah,
the
Gotcha.
casino lot, yeah.
Okay.
They had it the first year there. It was just in that little Ice District spot, and Hernan and I went, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that makes more sense. That's it's cozy and
But couldn't get bigger seats and all that.
then
Yeah, the
people
seating
could-
was a little questionable.
Gotcha.
It was just built bleachers, and there wasn't one side was all reserved for coaches and players. So you could, but there wasn't many seats on that side. So it was kind of full. But I don't know.
Well, they got
I
that
found a spot
entire
to sit.
second floor of Stantec Tower that's open to the public too, so you could probably just walk in and watch for free. So,
Well, it was covered though.
they did do that.
Yeah, it was covered. It was under a little tent.
I think also just a way to if it rains or something,
I
you're
suppose.
protected. Weather, you're protected.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So in West Ed at the rink?
I think that's what they said.
I suppose, yeah.
Jay did say Puerto Rico. They got gold, the men's, and the women's got gold. Or men's got bronze, sorry, and the
Yeah.
women's got gold
Yeah.
at that 3x3 that just happened recently. So Steve Sir getting a medal with that.
Shout out to the Sirs.
It is.
They're good
I'm
people.
glad he was added to the Olympics.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was
agreed.
One
cool
that, it
event.
was one that was a good addition to the Olympics. Not always everything getting added to the Olympics is good. I enjoyed the breaking, but I understand why it was only there once, and it's not going to be
It's
there.
not coming back.
Yeah, it was.
Nope.
It was
LA
a
said
spectacle.
no. Yeah, and
Really?
having it once was good enough. Having it once, I think, is yep, I saw it, I enjoyed it, I'm good.
Yeah, I like that. Yep. That's
Makes
pretty
that
much.
lady from Brazil or wherever the hell that much more famous.
Australia.
than-
The Australian girl,
sorry,
yeah. Ray Gun.
Ray Gun.
Thank you.
She got upset about something recently. I think somebody
I
was
did
going to do
hear
a
that, actually,
documentary
yeah.
on her or something like that, or she was going to threaten to sue or something like that.
The whole thing is clearly upset her, which I don't blame her. Having your performance be mocked on an
Yeah,
international level like that, she obviously would have put a lot of effort into her performance.
Did she?
But
But that's the thing. There's the question is, did she?
Yeah, exactly.
Or did they get it rigged to get her there, and then she just
she-
went to go
They-
have some fun?
They did rig it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She had to put something together, clearly, right? And
Yeah.
she's the instructor in Australia, so
Yeah.
like, she's got some knowledge about the subject.
I'd play into that after.
What does it feel like, Maddie, to get criticism internationally for your job and everybody to always just be complaining about what you do?
Do I get it internationally though?
I mean, look at the map back there.
I get it nationally.
Look at the map on the other side of this wall.
I saw
Yeah,
the
but
Other
Nationals
side of the other
traveling.
wall.
But I just don't know if it's like that's national. I don't know how many of those.
There's a lot of pins
International
outside of
ones.
Canada on that map.
But that's just people listening from there, not like.
We don't know how many haters are coming from those spots.
Like I don't know if that's
lot.
specifically if that's where the
Yeah.
haters are
Okay.
for me. National, like well, Tim Peel's a hater. He's in the States.
That
Maybe
counts
him.
international.
Then it feels great, and it feels wonderful.
That's the answer.
I
needed.
haven't gone full international yet, but
Nobody plays a heel better.
Yeah, and haters can't. A lot of haters don't have access to like hop on the chats or have time to like text in or whatever because they're listening
Mike
on
Swack
air or
does.
something.
portions of this hour of the EST Hangout, they are brought to you by the Hive Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, hiveproductmarketing.com. Jasmine's hat came from the Hive that Alex gave her, so it's a wonderful, wonderful hat, and I'm glad you got a
Beautiful
hat.
Thanks. I did have some stuff on my notes, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Did anybody see they released the new Superman movie trailer today?
I saw Majo saying that it was coming out, but I'm not a big Superman person, so I didn't care to
Either, yeah.
pay
Okay,
attention.
well-
Was it good?
Yeah, it was okay.
Just okay?
It was like 2.5 minutes. Like I got the first minute, and then I got a call.
Must have been a gripping trailer for you to not even last the full 2 minutes, Jazz.
Is there White Lotus fans in here?
Yeah.
Did you see season 3
I didn't
trailer
see the
come out?
trailer yet. Does it look wild?
I have to wait and see. I don't know. The trailer didn't
Any stars?
I don't know their names.
Okay.
off
Like
that,
one
but,
of those B-listers, C-listers? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it was like I know that like Leslie Bibb, who was Will Ferrell's wife in Talladega Nights.
Okay.
She's in it. The guy, I can't remember his name. That's in it. Like I know
That guy's in it? Okay.
like it's. I don't know their names, but like I could. If you saw him, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, him," type thing. I just like right off the bat, I wasn't fully sucked in with the trailer, but I was also like, I can't wait for this to come back to watch it. And it's been 2 years since it was last season 2.
Crazy time flies.
It was 2022 when season 2 came out. I'm like, geez, it's
Yeah.
been 2 years since I've last seen the
Yeah.
new episodes of White Lotus. But so February, season 3. Trailer.
Jennifer Coolidge. That was bothering me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, her, okay.
Austin Butler is the new Bateman for American Psycho.
Heard that.
Isn't that crazy?
I actually like Austin Butler.
Me too. I think he'd be good. Long as stuff.
He was good in Dune.
Yeah, he was great in Dune. I thought he'd be more Elvis-y. 'Cause I feel like he like molded to that accent after that movie.
He had to go to a speech therapist after to get rid of that accent.
Really?
Yeah.
Because his whole portraying of Elvis, he started speaking like Elvis, and he just couldn't shake it
I
off.
believe that. It's like when I was younger,
Wow.
I used to work in day camps for the city of Edmonton, and we had these animated camps. So like, the camp had a theme, and you had to be in costume. Like I took it a step further a couple times and did voices as well. So I'm like 40 hours a week. I was speaking in
Yeah.
whatever voice, and yeah, like I caught myself a few times outside of work just being stuck in that accent.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, I do that to my dog. My dog passed away, R.I.P. Kobe. But now, like every dog or even child, that's like, you like help yourself. I'll just,
There's a little child out
yeah,
there
I
right
know.
now, so
That's like,
I'm waiting for you to go and go.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Oh my gosh!
How cute
Is
are
that
you?
Lucas's baby?
I believe so. Jimbo saying, "Why remake American Psycho? It's already fantastic." I don't remember seeing
True.
American Psycho.
They were, yeah.
Isn't that what Hollywood is nowadays? Though?
I
Just
hate
remaking
that
old
movie.
movies.
Can't make a good plot for the life of you.
I
You
hated
need
Yeah.
that
to-
movie. It was just
Just
was too
redoing
dark. I
the
don't
history
know.
of
Oh
Oh
Hollywood
my
all
god,
over
it's
again.
unreal.
as soon as he kicked that dog at the bank machine, I turned it off.
That's how I hate it when animals are involved.
Yeah.
No, what
Kids,
movie
whatever.
was this?
American Psycho.
Okay.
Did you just say
I
you
haven't
hate
seen
when
it.
animals have that happen, but kids, yeah, whatever.
I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Her dog has an elf on the shelf.
Toy shop. Talk about me in the toy shop. You know.
Oh, there's a John Denver movie coming out. The new John Denver movie looks great too. I didn't know there was a John Denver movie coming out.
All I know is that John Denver's full of That's a Dumb and Dumber line. You're welcome.
I don't know that one. I haven't watched Dumb and Dumber in a long time.
Really?
Like
Yeah, it's been
fully
too-
start to finish.
It's
Well,
been
there's
too long.
apparently going through to Aspen,
Yeah.
to the mountains,
Yeah.
and they were in a prairie going as flat as you could go, and Jim Carrey said, "Man, that John Denver's full of shit."
Oh goodness.
I had to Google who John Denver was.
Country singer.
Who John Denver is?
Country Roads.
Take me home. No, not the one with
Okay.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay, no, like I would listen to that.
Yeah, but that's John Denver.
I mean, okay, thank you. See?
He passed. Was he in a plane crash? Or was he
Buddy Holly? I don't know. I don't think he was a plane crash.
That's out of my pay grade.
That's a John Denver song that they remade.
Okay, that's good.
They were.
Yeah,
so-
he was in a plane crash as well.
He was
John
eh?
Denver. Yeah, 1997.
Wow.
He was
I don't think I knew that.
crashed in Monterey Bay while making a series of touch and go landings at the nearby airport and stuff. He was the plane's only occupant. But yeah, so John Denver also was a plane crash. Who was it? Is it Travis Barker from Blink 182? I think he survived the plane crash.
Really?
I think he survived the plane crash.
In the same plane? What are you talking about?
Blink 182.
John
John Denver
Denver
on tour.
And Blink 182 were on tour. The plane crashed.
Do you understand
One
why
survived, one did not.
now people understand why maybe I said, I got to see the return for the trade.
Oh, Buddy Holly was on that plane too.
Oh my god!
So good.
Okay.
And
my day.
I got to remember, she said to me that I apparently said she gets a hat. She didn't mix anything up. She didn't,
I was reading the nasty.
and you were doing nothing. And then I'm not going into all of that one.
So what you're saying is Jasmine can easily confuse things.
A little bit, or mix things up, or just merge things together, or take something and just make it entirely different.
Because I didn't know who this Denver guy was.
Maybe
all
you
right?
promised
Yeah.
her a rat.
I could have just said to someone, "Hey, that's a nice looking hat. Hey, Jasmine, how's your night been?" And she's connected that to
The way-
I'm getting a hat.
The way this is going, you might have just said, "Hey, when's it gonna rain again?" And she thought she got a hat.
Yeah, she needs a hat for the rain. Clearly.
Exactly.
Yeah, Travis Barker was on a plane crash in 2008.
The whole, just him, or
There were 6 occupants, 4 passed. He was one of the 2 survivors. Him and a disc jockey, Adam DJ AM Goldstein, were critically injured. The jet was to fly. They left some band's performance at some concert in 5 Points. But yeah, so like Travis, there's like it's weird. Like
how many musicians end up going
there's
down?
connected,
Yeah,
there's also the golfer. I forgot his first. It's Payne.
Payne Stewart.
Payne
Thank you.
Stewart.
Payne Stewart passed in a plane crash.
Aaliyah passed.
Did he not?
No, did
Kobe?
Aaliyah? No,
Very true.
That was a helicopter dash.
Wow, I'm just,
Same,
I'm not trying to.
yeah.
No, that's a good point.
yeah, Kobe. Yeah. Kobe passed away in a helicopter. Aaliyah, I forgot if it was it was Left Eye that was an accident. Left Eye TLC.
Left Eye burnt her
Left
husband's.
Yeah, she
burnt
did.
down Randall
She was a little
Cunningham's house.
batshit, yeah, but I
Remember
loved
that?
her.
Yeah, no.
Randall Cunningham? Is that who it
I'm
was?
learning so much
I
on
don't
this
know
show.
if her husband. It was like her ex-husband or something, right?
But like he was a quarterback for the Eagles or something.
Yeah.
I think
It was.
might have been.
Hold on, one second. I
Randall
need to-
Cunningham is really good in the Tecmo Super Bowl game for SNES they play with.
Yeah.
I never played much with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hold on, I don't wanna confuse
Yukon
these
Jack
two.
loved having the Eagles. So did Dusty. Dusty was good with Randall Cunningham. Also Hernan. I was like the only one that didn't like the Eagles, I guess.
Yes, Aaliyah, age of 22, was in an airplane in the Bahamas.
There you go.
Sorry, I just want to make sure.
I want to get to Road Warriors.
Let's do it.
I don't want to sidetrack this conversation. I apologize to sidetrack this conversation, but
This
I
entire
need
show's
to.
been a sidetrack conversation.
Road Warriors, AccuSteel Heavy Haul Trailers, custom manufacturing of heavy haul trailers for mining, oil and gas, equipment, highway transportation, quality, innovation, integrity, trusted by the leaders in the heavy transport industry. Oh, that was awful. Get on the road with peace of mind for your large loads. AccuSteel.ca. There, a little bit better there with my toss. Oilers lines from today.
Ooh.
McDavid in between RNH and Hyman. Draisaitl in between Podkolzin and Kapanen. Henrik between Arvidsson and Brown.
Arvidsson.
Arvidsson's playing. There
Janmark
we go.
between
He's back?
Skinner and Perry. Thanks to Aidan O'Neill for throwing these in the nasty chat, by the way. Ekholm Bouchard, Nurse, Stetcher, Kulak, Emberson, with Skinner getting the start. Derek Ryan out, with Janmark getting that fourth line center. And as you guys pointed out, and Trev throwing in the nasty chat as well. Arvidsson in tonight. Ryan out.
Sorry, what was the fourth
Wow.
line again? Janmark.
Janmark in between Skinner and Perry.
Okay.
So, Hernan, Maddie, game after your show.
These guys have been hogging that thing.
Who has been?
You guys.
Jasmine and I called dibs. Sorry,
Yeah, I
Hernan.
tried to like play.
All you guys. I wasn't here yesterday. How was I hogging it from you yesterday?
She's a little mixed up. Yeah. Maddie. Okay.
It's been a long week. It's only Thursday. Feels like Friday.
So that what? Who was hogging it yesterday?
I can't wait till she tells her friend she got an Oilers Nation hat.
Don't even.
But who was hogging it yesterday?
Well, Joaquim was.
Oh, okay. Just him?
Joaquim was. And who else? Oh, Belzy was.
Was there any?
Tommy was.
Was there any Tecmo games being played
Yeah,
yesterday?
they were playing like the Olympics one.
Yes, and not the Tecmo.
Hernan's
Okay.
2-0 already.
He beat me.
I thought you hadn't played yet.
I played him on Tuesday. I was here when the machine arrived.
Gotcha.
And then Hernan and I played. I beat a mixture of Hernan, Zach, and Reed. They kind of kept rotating in and out. And then Hernan and I played a game, and Hernan got me. He's always good with those lines, with Rodney Pete. He's a trash quarterback, but Hernan knows how to play with him. Dusty doesn't do well with Rodney Pete, but he does well with Barry Sanders.
Who doesn't
Yeah,
do well
how
with
could you
Barry
not
Sanders?
do well with Barry Sanders?
Oh, it's
Because
like-
you have Rodney Pete as your quarterback, and if you can't throw with him, then everyone just you're just going to run this football, and then that'll stop.
Predictable.
Like if I know you're just running with Barry Sanders, I will stop you in that game with my defenders that I play with, using that Bible I showed you guys earlier.
I saw it. Pretty interesting.
That's a crazy Bible.
Hernan, I have people here I got to speak with, so because he asked for a game after the show, I got to deal with things. So maybe a little bit later.
Got
Maybe a little
work to
bit
do.
later. I got work to do. I got to get you, because you're an annual member. Your stuff's here.
Ooh.
I just don't have those scarves and stuff. And then I got to send out emails, and store orders are going out to people. So lots to handle. Sorry, thought I had a sneeze coming.
I
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
It was.
Yeah.
It was coming.
Sorry to everyone for that one.
Inevitable.
What were you going to say, Jasmine? Apologies.
this is like very random.
Welcome to the
Shocking.
Hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just got this in my cousin's group chat. So the Warriors are worth $9.14 billion, the Knicks $8.3 billion, and the Lakers $8.07 billion. Golden State is considered the second most valuable franchise in U.S. sports, trailing only the Dallas Cowboys $10.3 billion.
Wow.
And I believe Tommy yesterday said that in Forbes top 40, there wasn't not one NHL team.
Sounds right.
I was kind of taken back by that.
Okay, so yeah, Cowboys are 10.1 bill, Golden State 8.8, Rams are 7.6, Yankees 7.55, Knicks 7.5, Pats 7.4, Giants 7.3, Lakers 7.1, Jets 6.9, 49ers 6.8. That rounds out your top 10.
And then how much did the owners in Utah have to pay for their
One bill,
$1 bill?
right?
And that's like record breaking.
Yeah.
No, the highest. So this is 50 most valuable sports teams 2024
what
from
are the Leafs
Forbes. December 18th, this came out. Let me see where I can get for hockey. Like every NFL team is over $1 billion.
Oh, yeah,
so they're
easy.
all up there. We're into the 5 billions still. I'm at 30, and we're in the 5 bills still. I'm getting into 40s, and we're in 4 bills.
NBA, NFL, NBA.
Forbes
NFL.
valued the Toronto Maple Leafs at $2.8 billion in December of 23.
The Raptors are worth 4.4 billion.
I think they were
Wild.
10th in the NBA.
The Raptors were 4.4.
That's
Because it's
wild.
the NBA.
But the only reason the Raptors sell out is because you have to buy Raptors tickets when you buy Leafs season tickets.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What?
You
There's
have
that.
to buy Raptors season tickets if you buy. It was like the first year the Oilers came and you had to buy Oil Kings tickets.
Is that still the case though? Because like when the
I
Raptors,
don't know if it still
I think
is.
because when the
Yeah, that's a
Raptors went on a run and all, like they,
Oh, maybe.
there's
Yeah.
Some people in the Toronto area were trying to make an argument that Toronto was more of a Raptor city than a Leafs city for a little bit.
Maybe
I don't believe that.
Maybe with Kawhi.
But it like there's a lot of people there that are just huge Raptor fans. But part of like where this value comes is that it's the league, it's the cities you're in. The Raptors can't be worth less than $1 billion when everyone else in that league is worth $4, $5, $6 billion.
Yeah, they're the only Canadian team.
It's the TV contracts, the markets. But that's where hockey is. Hockey isn't a growing sport right now.
Yeah.
There's less participation in minor hockey, both sides of the border right now, Canada and the U.S. They're not getting that growth in terms of TV numbers like the other leagues necessarily have. And you could say it's not even the TV numbers. I'm not talking about people viewing. It's the value of it. The NBA, there's a report of losing, dropping quite a bit in regular season in terms of TV ratings, but they're making billions of dollars.
Yeah.
The NHL ain't making the same level of NHL or national rights as the NBA and stuff. So, hockey it's just not one of those. But yeah, football, it's ridiculous. What is the lowest team here? The Cards must be one of the lowest NFL teams, and they're $4.3 billion.
Carolina.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, billion.
I don't know who owns some of these sports teams moving forward.
Yeah.
We're at a point where it has to be.
It'll be just groups.
Or it's those public funds type thing. That's it. It's not going to be individual people owning these teams anymore because they're just all so expensive.
Yeah.
Like if you are the Golden State Warriors and you put yourself up for sale, who has the 8.8 was it?
Yeah.
$8.8 billion US to buy that franchise.
You don't got that hanging out in your pocket there, Maddie? Just jingle
I mean,
away.
there's people, but they have to have interest in sports.
I'm only at 8.2, so I'm a little off. There's a little off.
Unfortunate.
Like the Khan family could probably buy that,
What do we got here? So there's 29 NFL teams made the top 50, 12 NBA, 3 MLB, 3 Premier League, 2 La Liga, 1 Bundesliga, 1 Ligue 1. Ligue 1, if you will. So it's the French league.
So 4 sports.
4 sports, none hockey.
Yep.
But in the NFL, dominating that list.
Yeah. I'm
Who would
surprised
be
there
off
aren't more soccer teams.
I'd have to go how this fully goes, but like the NFL is just it's its own unique thing, though.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
created.
It's another animal.
The money prints money, just prints money. You throw that shield on anything and just prints money. The teams that missed out, I think it's the Buffalo Bills are on here saying it might be the Bills or one of the teams.
Sorry, how many NFL teams were in there?
29 of 32.
Yeah, so
made the top 50.
Yeah, so there's only 3 that missed.
Yeah. Bills, Cardinals.
The highest NHL usually goes, it's like Rangers are 1 or something. I think the Leafs are 2 type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Oilers are pretty high up on the list
Leafs
now,
moved
too.
high up.
Yeah,
Are the Rangers
moved
worth
high
more than the Leafs? I thought the Leafs were the most valuable.
NHL
they might go back and forth.
franchise
I think
values
they're always up there.
2024.
Would make sense that they're 1 and 2.
In
but
2024, according to CNBC, they have Leafs 1,
Yeah, I
Rangers
thought I
2,
just-
Canadians 3, Kings 4, Bruins 5, Oilers 6.
Kings 4, eh?
Do I have?
LA, I
I'm
guess.
just trying to see if I can find a Forbes valuations for 2023. They got Leafs, Rangers, Canadians, Kings, Bruins, Blackhawks, Oilers. So the Oilers are in that 5 to 7 range.
How far did the Blackhawks fall this year? Where were they on the 2024 list?
That one from CNBC had them 7. The Oilers were 6. So they just swapped spots.
Okay.
They just swapped spots. And this says the Oilers are worth, in 2023, $1.85 billion.
What did Cates buy him for?
Was it 2 or
Far
was it
less
4?
than that.
Something like that, yeah.
It was 2 or 4. And I think that was
it was-
Canadian. No?
I think it was 2.
Daryl Cates' purchase of the Oilers. He increased his offer. Yeah, so here it is, $200 million.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And I just can't remember if that's U.S. or Canadian.
Quintupled his investment. Not bad.
Yeah, he did okay. He did okay. Well, Jerry Jones, he purchased
But he's had the Cowboys for decades.
89. He bought the team. He bought the team for $140 million in 1989.
Wow.
Holy.
The Dallas Cowboys are now the most valuable franchise in the world at over $10 billion.
Wow. Wow.
That's a good return.
Were they
on
the
your
only
investment.
team outside
So
of
crazy.
New York, Massachusetts, and California that were in the top 10?
Let me go pull it up again quickly. Just give me a quick
Pretty sure
second.
every franchise you said in there was either from New York, LA, or
Yeah, well,
Boston.
it was just like the San Francisco was in
Yeah.
there, LA, New York. So Dallas, number one, Dallas though. Golden State, San Fran, LA, New York, Rams, Yankees, New York, New York Knicks, New England Patriots. You got Boston in there, New York Giants, LA Lakers, New York Jets, San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
Top 10.
One.
So you got Boston and Dallas are kind of the two somewhat outliers of the New York, LA,
New York,
San
LA.
Fran
Yeah.
dominating that.
yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
The Celtics actually are pretty low compared. They're 19th
Wow.
at 6 bill.
And they're successful.
Yeah,
the-
and they're
they are
championship
successful, yeah.
winners.
When-
yeah.
when you have the Patriots at 6.
Crazy.
So that little bit of a change
Just
there.
goes to show you how much the National Football League gives just a license to print money.
Oh yeah.
But like when you see like NFL players at
National Football League?
okay,
We don't say NFL.
we don't have enough time. When we see them at like a NHL game,
You can say
National
NHL.
Hockey League, when we see them, it's so funny because they'll be like trending that a football player, an NFL player is at an NHL game. The game ain't trending.
Yeah.
The player is
Yeah.
trending. Like Najee Harris, I think recently, or Diggs, I think was at a game, and then then everybody's sharing that in their
Yeah.
group chats or it's on Twitter.
Same thing when they
Right?
show up at pro wrestling events. They'll
Yeah.
have an event and then 5 guys from the offensive line will be in the first row and then they're trending. And yeah.
Yeah, when an
Goes to show-
NHL player goes to a football game.
Exactly. Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody. It's us on their Twitter or us on their Instagram. Like, oh look, like these
Because
guys.
they're fighting with Taylor Swift for attention.
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying that's like the impact of NFL, right?
Yeah,
That
exactly.
the NHLers are sharing an NFL player with his boy or whatever at the front, banging the glass.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a different. America loves their football.
I went to that afternoon game for the Oilers. It was actually pretty cool. I took my kid, but you could tell that a
Is
lot
this
of
like this past weekend?
Yeah. The Saturday or Sunday? Saturday they play
game?
at 2:00.
Saturday.
Yeah. Like Ekholm's kids were in, he's got, a 5 and 3-year-old or something like that, and he's like giving fist bumps through the glass, and you just don't normally see that stuff because all those kids are always in bed. So it's actually really cool to see like the NHLers whooping it up for their kids in warm up.
They got 2 more. They got
Is
this
it? Yeah.
weekend at 2.
Yeah.
And then there's one more, I think, in January. That's an afternoon.
I have a question.
Interesting.
So my colleagues today, one of them wants to go on Saturday, and I'm like, it's San Jose. No offense, Murray. I know you're taking your kids, or your kid, right?
only game.
Yeah. And like, I was just like, oh, like San Jose. Why do you want to go? She's like, oh, whatever. She has some friends in town, but she's looking for tickets, and they are so expensive.
Celebrini.
But then I was like, oh, because it's 2:00. Everybody brings their children. It's
And it's
perfect.
Michael Celebrini.
Okay. That's why. Oh,
It's like trying to get Bedard tickets last year.
right. Yeah. I figured that much too, but I'm like, still, like, do you really want to see kind of a?
it's a good
that
chance
much.
to take your kids to
Yeah.
a game, an Oiler game, without having to worry about bedtime and stuff.
Yeah,
like
no doubt. And they're like the hottest tickets in town. Usually these 2:00 Saturday games.
Yep.
Yeah. There's only a couple a year, and that's the only one I can take my kid to. So take him to an evening game, and he gets to the first period, and then he just wants to
Done.
go home.
Of course. And then you're worried about them. You want to get them. It's still like a journey to home and
Yeah,
bathe them,
exactly.
put them away.
Bathe
Them
him.
away?
Put them away in the drawer.
We're gonna put them away. We're just gonna put them back on the shelf over here or whatever. Like, that's not put them to bed or anything. We're gonna put them away.
I just fold them, make
I'm
sure
done
there's no
with them
creases.
for the night. I'm just done.
Does IKEA make something for that? Like,
You two look after yourself. I'm done with you for tonight.
Here's a shot of whiskey. Go to bed. Jazz, you're a keeper. Like legit.
You've increased your trade value. You've increased your trade value. How do we trade that away? The value's coming
I'm
up.
her agent
The
on the
value's
side.
going up. We're gonna go put the kid away. Just.
oh goodness.
I'm crying. I didn't. Okay.
Throw them in the laundry.
I like this Jasmine when she's tired and doesn't know what's going on. I want this more.
Oh my
I
God.
thought it was me. I don't know.
I want the I want the one that where you take the kids home, bathe them, and just put them away.
Put them away.
This is the EST Hangout. It is presented by Sentinel Storage. Canada Storage experts, more than 2 decades of helping Canadians through life's transitions. 75% off 8 weeks on 5x10 units. Offer ends December 25th.
5 by 10 units. You can put your kid away right in there. Fits easy. You can even put a couple kids away in there.
It was right after you made them.
Put that kid away.
Oh my God.
We've got the lock shop up next right away here. It'll be Huss and Pat Gregoire. We've got two guys and a goalie. Glue Guy is in with Gager and Cass. We've got the Reed Wilkins show, actually EST Afternoons, then the Reed Wilkins show, and then the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre and post game show. Tommy, Hernan, and Cass will get you set for Oilers Bruins 7 o'clock tonight down at Rogers Place. So put your kids away and then watch the Oiler game tonight.
Oh, so sorry, Nasties. I'll do better. I'm back on Monday, by the way.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Heavy Hockey Network. Thanks to Dash Ryan for coming in. Oilers Live, 9 o'clock right here on EST or Heavy Hockey website, their YouTube channel. Go check them out. What do you guys have coming up over the next Heavy Hockey wise, personal wise, next little bit? All ready for Christmas?
Yeah, it's a little. Hey, come on in, buddy. Hi. Is that Fred?
Yes.
Oh, hi, buddy. Come on in. Come here.
Oh, look. It's coming
Want
to
to
me.
wave?
Be careful, you might get put away.
Yeah.
Look, wave at the camera.
Oh, boy.
You came to me. See, kids like me. I promise.
Obviously.
I know.
Obviously.
They don't know what you're going to say.
Until you put them away, right?
Okay, time to put him away. It's good.
As he leaves.
How many candies
Scared
did
him
Lucas
off.
give you to come in and give Jasmine a hug?
Luke's not here. I don't believe Luke's here right
Oh,
now.
okay.
What a sweetheart.
You guys all set for Christmas?
Yeah, I think so. As sad as I'm going to be, I still got to wrap some stuff up, and that's about it for me, I think. Yeah, we're Wednesday night, so I don't think we'll do a show on Christmas Day, but
Yeah, no, Michael said not till Christmas, or not on Christmas Day.
Look who's back.
Did you come back? Yeah. Yeah.
I know I'll have some written content over on heavyhockey.com over the Christmas break. World Juniors coming up as well, so I'll do a little bit on that. Whatever games the Oilers have as well, we'll do a little bit of Oilers content.
Perfect. Well, Ryan, thanks for coming in.
it
Appreciate
was
you
awesome
coming
to be
on the
on. Thank
Hangouts.
you.
Absolutely.
We will see you on Monday, Jasmine.
Yes.
Good work. Good work today. You got through it. You got through it.
I think I want to have a kid now. Look at this. So cute. Okay.
Dash, appreciate the gifts as well. That's
You're
very nice
welcome.
of you. Fred,
It's from Heavy Hockey.
high five? Yeah.
Good
High
boy.
five?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a round.
High five?
Do a round.
Good boy.
Yeah. And there's another high five. Good job.
boy.
Thanks to everyone for tuning into the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. On behalf of Fred, Jasmine, Dash, Ryan, I'm Matt. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the Oil game tonight. Like I said, Lock Shop coming up in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Huss and Pat will take you through the Lock Shop until Two Guys in a Goalie with Jay, Gager, and Cass. Have a good one.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest, long time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today